It's Nearing Nerdvana. Yeah. Nearing Nerdvana.
Welcome to Nearing Nerdvana, bringing you another episode of Long Story Short. This is episode 9, technically 9, right?
Technically 9, I think that's right.
Yeah. I'll retitle last week's episode 8.5 or something like that. But I want to take this time to thank our sponsors, Cover Picks. So make sure to use the code Nirvana14, and you get the unlimited subscription for a month for only 99 cents. And make sure you also check out birdcitycomics.com. They are dropping the absolute banger of a book this coming Friday, the Dark Ride #1 by Trish Forsner. Super amazing. And then on the website, you can also use the code Nirvana to get a 10% discount. So how's everyone doing? Welcome, Red Hood, and how's it going, Mr. Longshort?
Hey, I'm doing great. Excited for the show tonight. This is a short story long tonight, given the crew we've got, but it's all right. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. A lot of people had some conflicts, but yeah, we're gonna talk some Kickstarter books. And I'd give my normal disclaimer about not going out and buy these, but most of these books are not available to buy anywhere, so not so worried about that. But yes, normal disclaimer applies. Not a spec show. Not telling you guys to go out and buy these, but Aaron and I were talking about Kickstarter books, and we said, you know what, let's just do a show on these things. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight.
Cool.
You know what I think you should do, Ben? I think you should tell people to buy them, and then you don't have to worry about them buying them. People will be watching and going, man, I didn't fucking buy that. You know what I mean? So like, go buy every single one of these books.
Oh, because people are going to do the opposite of what we say anyways, right?
Right. Say the reverse. I want you to buy every one.
All
it's
right.
gonna be worth $1 million.
And then let's jump in and see like who's joining in with us. We got Laura watching it at home.
Hey, Laura.
Good Kaiji. Karen's in the house. Welcome back. Karen. Lords of Brooklyn. How's it going? They call me Bruce. Long time no see.
What's up, buddy?
Bruce.
We have Black Comic Lords. How's it going? And I see Furred Bird and Joffrey.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Furred Bird. I just caught his new show last night. He's doing an FOC show. I'm going blank on the dude to do it with, but I really enjoyed it.
Good show.
It was a good show, man. Good stuff. Keep up the good work, buddy.
And I also missed Paul Holloway. And yep. All right. So make sure you are active in the chat because we're talking Kickstarter books tonight, and I want to give away a book. So I will be giving away this Garrett Gunn Kickstarter. This is Good Boy Volume 2, Issue 1. This is the retailer pack. So you'll get this cover, and you'll also get the foil cover as well.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Nice.
So we'll draw a winner.
Get active in the chat.
Yeah. So we'll draw a winner at the end of the show. So make sure you're active. We got like about 30 people watching. So yep.
All right, let's dive right into this list. We've got a big show tonight. Some really cool books to talk about. We're going to come right out of the gate with a big time banger. Maybe one of the biggest Kickstarter books to hit in recent years. And it's a beautiful Adam Hughes Pop Kill #4. This book's taken on a life of its own, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Prices through the roof, right? Recent sale for over $2,200. I don't know exactly how many of these were produced. Maybe someone in the chat does, but it's not a lot. There are 73 total graded on the census, 64 9.8. But these books sell for a nice premium. Raw, these books sell, upwards of $800. Tough one to get hands on, and a book that's grown on me over time. I didn't love this originally. I always thought it was good.
Really?
But the more I see it, the more I appreciate it. So yeah, Adam Hughes, tough to beat.
Yeah, and then I see you. They call me Bruce. We'll get to that in just a second. But
thanks, Bruce.
Yeah, but with Adam Hughes retiring from doing comics, which I did confirm that he said that on a panel back in May. He's going to the animation side, and it's going to be weird because like he still owns the rights of the art that he's doing and the concepts of the characters that he's creating, but he can't sell his original art anymore.
That's crazy. That is
really
weird.
Yeah.
Hey, Laura, I agree. This does have a huge Jennifer Lawrence vibe, 100%.
Oh, right. It does look like Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah.
All right.
Joe, you're going to sing this one, man? Super chat. Super chat.
Let's do it. Super chat. Super chat. We're all just super chatting. Yeah. Super chat. Ed, you're so off key, Aaron.
I purposely did the bend at the end.
Man. Every freaking week, man. Thank you so much for the support. Guys. You were the best. Our biggest fan for sure. Thanks so much.
Yep. All right.
If there's a Kickstarter book that one-ups that one, it is this one. This is Art Germ, Lady Death Nightmare Symphony #1. These were limited to 77. There's a long story to these books, but they were limited to 77. I think you could, but there was a set of 3 of these. There's this holofoil that we're showing now. There was a color version of this one and a black and white version. And I believe the Kickstarter deal was only like $700 for all 3. They're limited to 77. And then the big kicker was there was a metal version of this that was a random golden ticket given out to people who had bought them, who could get the metal version. So anyways, a book that I desperately want. I think it's one of our Germ's very best. The colors on this thing are absolutely perfect, but a book that's gone absolutely ghost status. But stunning.
Yeah, I'm sure you're making Laura jealous in the audience right now, because I know she's a huge Art Germ fan. Like that was one of the artists that caught her attention, like when she was first collecting.
Yeah, I think she says that's the artist that kind of pulled her into the comic book game, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this is an amazing piece of work. I mean, a book like this gets hot when the prints sell for big money, but yeah, this is perfection.
Yeah, when an artist does a book like this, I mean, he clearly separates himself from the other artists out there. Like he's one of the best. It's just undeniable.
I mean, there's a handful of books like I want to own, and this is absolutely one of them. And 77 is a ridiculously low print.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
Yeah. Well, I always think it's funny too that like speaking in general terms of audiences, like Art Germ himself even said that like he's too anime for America audiences, and then for the Asian market he's not anime enough. So like he tries to cross like to please both crowds, but he's not doing enough on either or.
I think his stuff just absolutely bangs. Yeah. And
yeah, absolutely.
Did this one. If I could only own one Art Germ piece of work, it'd be this one. I don't have it. So real quick story, Josh Allen, a normal contributor on our show, put this on the list, and he had this and sold it, and he kicks himself to this day for getting rid of this book. So
he sold it. Did he have the medal?
I don't think he had the medal, but I'm not going to speak for him. I think it was just maybe the foil version, this one we're looking at here. But he got rid of it and regrets it.
Wow.
Do you know what year this came out? I'm not sure.
2014. I mean, I can look it up real quick if anybody wants to wait. Hold on.
You should look it up on eBay. See if it's on eBay, Aaron.
There are a couple of copies, signed ones, I believe, on eBay for big money.
I've never seen. Has there ever been a metal variant graded?
Yeah, they did. I think they've done some of them, and I'm pretty sure that.
I bet that's a heavy slab, dude. You know, just the weight of the metal with the heavy plastic.
Oh, so a CGC label is saying 2018.
Yeah, it's 29. I mean, so I'm looking here on Go Collector saying October 16th, 2019. So a little bit later than I was expecting. Man, that didn't feel that long ago when this thing came out.
Right?
Yeah. All
right.
right.
Excuse me. It feels longer than what it's saying there, but yeah. You know, let's keep rolling with this because there's a few other sort of Lady Death covers we should talk about, and you know, a lot of big artists have done Lady Death. There's a call Lady Death limited to 1 in 25 that I've posted on IG before. That's gone ghost status. This one though, this Warren Lau, is absolutely stunning. And while it's limited to 600, you can't find this book. There were real jewels on the cover. If you look by her, I don't know what you want to call that, her garter or whatever, the skulls, and there were real jewels on this book, which made it, you know, kind of a novelty. This was also so hot that they created a lace. She's wearing sort of a lace clothing version of it that's also super hard to get, but absolutely a beautiful book and one very, very difficult to get hands on.
Mama, sorry.
All right, looks like we have a new challenger joining us right now. And welcome to the panel, Ninth Wonder. How's
Hunter,
it going?
what's up, brother? What's up?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Doing well.
Joe, how you doing?
What's up, Knight?
Doing good, man. Ben, how you doing, man?
Were you doing a Ryu from Street Fighter, bro?
Yeah, I was trying to, but then I realized I was really see I was too far away from the camera.
Ah, mucus.
Hey, Chad, sorry about the Decall addiction. You're not the first person who's accused me of putting them on Decall. I want to take no credit for that, but if it was me, I do apologize. He's a special artist, and his Lady Death cover is really good, limited to 125, I think. So a tough book, one that I think is going to go, you know, nuclear one of these days. But yeah, man, this cover right here is an absolute banger.
Yeah, I was sitting on. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Joe.
go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I was sitting on a panel one time, and we were discussing to see if there had ever been real jewels like placed on the cover before, or like somehow incorporated into a cover. So I wonder if this
were, and it's that jewel company like Sikorsky, whatever. There's like a jewel company, like, and it was their jewels that were used on this particular cover. So yeah, just absolutely absolutely beautiful. I'd love this book, but for 600 even, it's gone completely ghost. You can't get it.
Was it you, Aaron, that told me that I think around this same time Warren Lau started changing his artistic style a little bit? That, like, if you look at some of the stuff he's doing now, it's a lot different.
I mean, I think he did that tweak like within the last like year, he was changing like his look and stuff. Yeah, it wasn't around this point, but I think it's like that happened within
like most recent, right?
Like less than 12 months. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that was me or it might have been someone else, so I don't want to take credit for something I may or may not have said.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, I seem to remember you telling me, but that's okay.
Yeah, I don't want to say it could have been me, but it might have.
All right, we're gonna keep going with Lady Death because
Paul Green. Dude.
When I put together these presentations, I fall down rabbit holes. So here's a Paul Green book, and I want to just give a shout out to Paul Green. Not necessarily my favorite artist, but an artist where there's a cult following. Like, people love Paul Green stuff. So here's a Paul Green foil, limited to 400. That is very difficult to get hands on. People like this cover so much, he repurposed it for another book. Going blank on what it was another Lady Death book. But here's a foil version, also of Nightmare Symphony, which is with the Archer cover, but a book that's more or less disappeared. And people love Paul Green. Like, if you're out digging right now and you come across the Zenescope stuff, look for the Paul Green covers. They're usually cover C's, his earlier stuff. There are not that many of them, and they go for pretty pennies, and you can find them in back issue bins for cover price or less. So, just a tip, if you're out there digging, Paul Green has got a cult following. Some of his books go for crazy money, and we're going to talk about a few more of them tonight. And obviously, he's very derivative of Campbell.
Yeah.
All right, a couple comments real quick. I believe this is referring to the last book. Lewis is saying that he doesn't believe this can be graded by CGC, probably because of the jewels. It's probably too big for the case, I would assume.
No, they can grade it. They grade acetates and stuff.
And then Lords of Brooklyn wants to know, how does Longshort find all of the basement print comics?
I don't know, man. I just dig and read and research. I don't know. I like reading about this stuff, so I just start clicking around on stuff. I can't really explain it.
Yeah, don't give away your secrets, Ben.
That's what these shows are for, to share the information out there so people can watch.
All right, so here's another Paul Green. So this was a Zenescope metal cover. Van Helsing. It was just called Metal Book, limited to 100. I think a recent copy of this sold, and I'm pretty sure it was graded for close to $300. All I'm going to say, I'm not going to beat a dead horse, is that Paul Green is a thing. And shout out to Brian Wood, Simple Man Comics. He's been a long time Paul Green fan. Big Leg also sort of on top of the Paul Green situation for a long time. Just an artist that people have flocked to, and I think there's going to be growing demand for. Yes, highly inspired by Campbell. We touched on that, but definitely adding his own elements. I guess the other thing I'd also say about a lot of these Kickstarter books is that, how do I put this politely, is that they create additional versions that sort of are less and less clothed, the risque versions. Honestly, I don't really chase those kinds of books, but it seems sort of the less they have on, the shorter the print run. And that seems to be a pretty common attribute for a lot of these Kickstarter books. Not saying go chase those. It's not really my thing, but I've noticed that the more I've looked into them, you can find really small print runs for the more risque, I guess we'll just say.
The noses that Paul Green draws on the girls, that's a direct, like if you weren't an expert at picking up a Campbell, you'd mistakenly pick this up.
Yeah, he's got that vibe 100%. And we're going to talk about some Campbell Zenescope limited Kickstarter books tonight too. So Campbell's contributed to this world.
Hey, Knife, real quick, Knife, do you collect any Kickstarter books or anything like that, or have you?
Yeah, I do collect Kickstarter books. It's the only thing that was hard for me about getting into it is that a lot of the really good stuff is older than a year or two. So I feel like once a book gets a year old, it's a little bit harder to find, right? Especially with Kickstarter books. 2 years old, I kind of compare it in dog years to regular release. It's if it's a Marvel book that came out last year, you can probably still find it at a decent price, right? Maybe even below what it was going for last year. But with Kickstarter stuff, companies that don't print big, I compare it to dog years. That book is way older than what it really is, just because of the nature of Kickstarter books, a lot of people not being educated about it, and obviously a shorter print run. So it's been a challenge, man. It's been a challenge in the grind.
And people buy them to keep them. They don't flip these things. Is the deal? They buy them and they tuck them away. So when you're talking about a couple of hundred books, very few are seeing the light of day. In my experience.
Oh, one other disclaimer I do want to mention is that when you do crowdfund for a Kickstarter book, there's no guarantee you're going to get the reward items. So
no shit, man. I just bought a Kickstarter book and they're all over fucking eBay and they never sent me mine. And I email them where's my fucking book? And crickets.
Yeah.
Either everywhere.
That happened to me too, man.
So,
yeah. Yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there for people like looking into Kickstarters. So I mean, support the people you like, but just be cautious about that.
All right, I think I got one more Paul Green book on the list tonight. Yeah, so here's Robin Hood Outlaw #6. This goes to the point I was making before. There were a number of different versions of this one where she's more or less and less covered, getting down to like a 50 print run on certain books. But this one can go for a pretty price, but just another classic Paul Green work that people love, and they disappear, man. Like, these books are gone. Genuine ghost status books. So I would say that, like I said, if you're digging and you see Paul Green books for reasonable prices, I would grab them, just because he's got a fan base and it seems to be growing. Hey, the book I didn't receive, it was a Surdsey cover, Nathan Surdsey's cover for a Power Hour book, and I've emailed them and it crickets. So it is what it is,
I will say this: I did a Kickstarter on a book last year, and I never got the book, and I saw that other people had gotten theirs, so I just kept hitting that company up on Twitter, hitting them up, and like a few months ago, like sometime during the summer, I finally got it, like I said, a little bit over a year, probably a little bit over a year after the book actually released. So sometimes, like, persistence does pay it off. Just like
I mean, I haven't lit them up
annoying, but
I haven't lit them up publicly yet on IG or anything. But I'm starting to reach the maximum frustration point with them. They don't reply to me, so I don't know. We'll see.
Especially when they've made their number to make the book. You know what I mean? Like, when they've made and hit all their goals. Like, what was the book, that dog book that I got burned on there?
Did you get burned on the Good Boy?
Yeah, the Good Boy, yeah. And then finally I said, just give me my fucking money back. And they gave it to me back real quick. So
yeah, well, they don't even reply to me. I mean, it's literally fucking crickets. So after 15 emails, but whatever. It is what it is. I'm just not here to bitch about Kickstarter. It's the risky butt.
Yeah. And then I see Jonathan in the house. What's going on, Jonathan? How are you? All right, let's see what we have coming up next. Ooh, Decall.
This is a Decall. We've talked about this on another show, but because it was a Kickstarter book, we threw it back on here. The guys from Creature Entertainment were on Mighty Male V's show one night, and they were claiming at the time this was the rarest Decall. They said that they had printed less than 200 of these books. This was a Kickstarter project from the guys at Creature Entertainment, where Decall really got his start. And they said there were less than 200 backers of this project. So I ended up picking up this book a couple of years ago for like $6. Not Decall's best work by any means, for me anyway. But I do like to try to collect all of his works, and happy to have found this one. But the guys from Creature, who know him very well, were saying that this is his rarest book. Now, I don't know if that really applies when you're looking at something that's killing the children #8, or even something more recent like the Power Rangers book that was a 1 in 100. That said, this book is genuine ghost status.
I would think don't you have a Decall cover that's made out of glass?
I do, yeah. So that was a Valiant. I've actually got it right, or I could go grab it if you wanted to see it. But
yeah, hell yeah.
That was a 1 in 2 fit. Hold on one second.
Made out of glass? That's
yeah,
crazy, dude.
I was gonna say, I think that would. I would assume that would probably be the rarest, but I mean, I don't know for sure.
Yeah, but Valiant, you got to be careful with those guys, right? It may be a 1 in 250, but they may have printed more. So, yeah, this is Shadow Man. Hold on, let me pull this thing out. I don't know what to do with this fucking book. Like, I don't think anybody will slab it. I'm afraid it's gonna break.
Yeah, I figured, all the Decall fans that are
it's
in
literally
that
glass.
Yeah,
like, that's not like an exaggeration. Like, it's 1/4-inch glass.
Is that from the Shadow Man series that came out last year?
It was a couple of years, 2019 maybe.
Yeah, maybe it was 2020. Maybe it was
Something like
2020.
that. I think it was
Yeah,
before. Maybe it was COVID. I don't remember, man. I've lost track of time. But yeah, it's recent. It's very recent.
Yeah, I was salty. I missed out on that book, man.
Yeah. Well, I was always joking with Longshort that, you know, he just needs Windex to clean it before sending out for grading.
I'm gonna send it to Joe and have him press it for me. I'm curious what he's gonna do with the glass. So.
Can you get that graded?
I don't know, man.
Because I know they won't grade acrylic, but
yeah. It would be interesting to find out if it is possible or not.
All right, this Aaron, I think this was your book. I couldn't find much on it, but
yeah. So this is Bee and Puppy Cat #1. This is their Kickstarter. You know, it's an anime series. You know, everyone probably knows the series a little bit more that collects comics because of issue 9 being Rose Besh's first work. There was a shop like that I always dig at that. I think I missed the first Besh like a long time ago, so I always just like go back and look in that section just because in case I missed it. And then I happened to find it, the first Rose Besh on a 50% off sale one day, and so they marked it at cover price, so I got it for like $2, and I was really ecstatic about that. And then they also had issue 1 second print, so I was like kind of like, later prints, I liked it. It's a different cover. And then when the person was checking me out, they're like, oh, by the way, did you notice that we had the Kickstarter book? I was like, oh, y'all had the Kickstarter book? Like, I didn't even notice that. And then they're like, yeah, we couldn't find any like comparable prices on eBay or anything like that, so we didn't know what to market at, so we just put like a random price tag on it. So I was like, okay, I'll pick it up. And
what was the random price tag? Come on.
They marked it at $25, and then they gave me then they gave me the 50% off on top of that. So
holy shit.
Yeah, so I was ecstatic that I picked this up. Like I was like Kickstarter book. Hey,
Dude,
I mean,
this just sold. The only sale I could find publicly was like $111 on this thing. So nice score, man.
Yeah, it graded, man.
Yeah, I mean, I do have books to send you to press anyway, so yeah. So I mean, you know, I still like 2 or 3 books from them, like right there.
That's nice. Yeah, heck yeah.
I mean, you know, Besh, like I love her work, so that's staying in the PC. Like Kickstarter book, that's hard to find. I mean, because this was a Kickstarter in like 2014.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't see a lot of backers for it because, like, you can look previously of what's been a Kickstarter and stuff like that. So, if that helps y'all to try to find books and stuff like that.
Yeah, Lord of Brooklyn. That is a mercenary price. Exactly right. All right, what do we got next on the list? All right, this was Rob's book, Trill League #1. Anthony Piper variant. So this is a parody on Robyn, but then more broadly DC Comics. And I believe there was a cartoon for this show that was on that was produced. These are impossible to find. So there are 3 graded copies on the census, 2 and 9.8, but amazingly beautiful art and really meant to sort of kind of poke fun at DC. Anybody familiar with this title?
Yeah, I actually had this book. Me and Anthony Piper, we're still in the Facebook group together. Even before he blew up, like I was a fan of his work, so that's literally the only reason I bought into it. Just to support. But glad I did. And I was just saying the other day on one of the shows that I was on that I wish Anthony Piper did more covers like for Marvel and DC because I really like his work.
It's really phenomenal. I was looking at it when I was pulling this together. It's really top-notch stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I could see him doing a Miles book, you know? I mean, it's just cool shit. A lot of action. Yeah.
So Rob hopped on. He said 50 Cent was the backer of this project. So
cool.
That makes it even cooler.
So is this also a 50 Cent like album homage? Like because of the parental advisor sticker on the front?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I was just asking the question in
general.
Hey,
no, it's not an homage or anything. It's just, I mean, it is explicit content in there, so it just makes sense. I think they just use that kind of hip hop sticker to, just to feed into the
street cred.
into urban culture. Yeah, street cred, exactly.
Oh, getting the what's it called? The tipper sticker, right?
It's probably got to be a tough book to
boy.
get in a high grade, man, with that black cover. Pain in the ass.
Yeah,
it's beautiful, man. I have my eyes on these now. One of these now, man. I want one.
Is this the only cover he did, Anthony Piper?
No, I want to say when I was looking
not.
through them, there are others for this as well, but yeah, this was the one that Rob suggested.
Oh, okay.
All right, Thomas River, number 1. Rob also suggested we talk about this book. This is Brian Stelfree's. There was this metal version, so there's a number of different covers. This is the cover A, but there's a metal version of this book, limited to just 75 copies. I got to admit, I've kind of fallen in love with metal books recently. It's not a cheap hobby at all because these things are not freaking cheap, but they're super awesome. Yeah, I don't have this one. I've never seen this one, but another Kickstarter book that Rob suggested we throw on the list tonight.
Yeah, and those metal treatment books, like, they pop extra hard. Like, whenever you see them in person, like, it's hard always to get like a good scan of a metal cover, but like once you have it in hand, like there's just something about it, like the weight of it, just seeing it in person.
Yeah, the way the light reflects off of these, yeah, you can't do it justice, on a screen like this. But yeah, man, they're a hell of a lot of fun, and a hobby I've kind of fallen into, which I'm trying to get out of. But God damn it, every freaking week I find a new one I want to buy, and like $100 a pop. It's not cheap, but
yeah. Or if you like ever want to try to shoot for that 9, 9, or 10 grading. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be probably the easiest way to score that, right?
Now that that's the thing. People are getting their stuff metalized, if that's a thing, like posters. They can fabricate images from the internet. I mean, metal is like in. I picked up a DeCall Jessica Jones metal cover, like 11x17. I mean, it definitely is a different take on art for sure.
Yeah,
it's there's something addictive about it. Yeah, you're right. Something between the weight, the light reflection.
I blame it on steel case Blu-ray collectors.
Yeah.
They converted over to comics.
Same damn thing, right? Exactly.
It's shiny. It's shiny, Bato.
All right. So I love Monsterella. This is a Canadian publisher, really small print. A guy named Nevin Arnold, a really nice guy. I've had the chance to talk to him. This is a Sun Kamanaki cover. She's a blowing up artist. I talked about her stuff for a while. Now she's doing ratio variants for DC books, 1 in 25, 1 in 50. So she's really becoming quite a sought after artist. I'm a big fan of this book. There are only 113 copies of this one. This is a collected edition of all the prior Monstrella stories, but one that's disappeared and it's sold for some pretty good money recently. I couldn't get hands on one, and I reached out to Nevin, and he gave me the artist proof of this book. So that's what I've got. He gave it to me for free. He was like, "I just take it. I don't want it." So like I said,
that's really cool.
Super nice guy. And the Monstrella stories are really cool. And there's just some amazing covers done by Sun on a number of her books. But yeah, I just wanted to throw this one out here. I really chase obscure stuff at times, and this is right up there. So,
Joe, is this true? You can press aluminum foil covers flat?
Well, not maybe.
Consult with Red Hood before sending him books. Is what he's saying.
All right, what else do we got on here? So here's another Sun Kamanaki book that I actually...
Holy shit, that is awesome, bro.
Yeah, I don't have
my
it.
goodness.
I only came across this when I was researching.
That's fire.
I'm sorry, bro. Mama!
So there's a few. These are all Kickstarter. There's a holofoil limited to 50, so obviously fucking go status, and then a black and white limited to 1. I was reading about on the Kickstarter campaign, which is bananas, right? 1 book. Good luck with that one. It'll probably never show up again. But yeah, Sun Kaminaki again. Everybody likes sort of the space girl theme.
Bro, that's Princess Leia, bro.
I'd never seen this one before until I was pulling the stuff together, and now I need one. Don't have it, but I want one.
Is that like a death stick she's smoking or something? Wait.
It's a lightsaber.
Right?
Oh man, yeah, because
the first cigarette saber, bro. That's a thing.
Yeah, if she's smoking like a death stick or whatever, then dang it, now I have to find a smoking.
Dude, now we gotta get one, dude.
Yep. I guess we're all going to be on the hunt for this,
Yeah,
but
man, it's pretty.
We're not going to buy it. No, I'm just joking.
I like that they put the trade dress behind her instead of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that adds a little something. Yeah.
Yeah, Pulp Girls, Prince's Star Thief. Oh, man, if it was bubblegum, dude, I would have had it, man. I would not be talking about it if it was bubblegum until I got it in my collection. So,
bro, they got a #1 on that cover. I agree, #1.
But this is Sun, so yeah, she's really up and coming. Another up and coming artist. I put these back to back. Who's also doing a lot of covers for DC right now is Nathan Zerzi, and I had a chance to meet him last summer. At a con, the nicest guy, really nicest guy. This is one of my favorite works that he did. This is Pray for Sinners #1. As is the case with most Kickstarter books, is that I believe this was sort of the regular cover they're offering. They tweaked and made many different versions of this, metals, foils. There's one with her wearing a hood, one with it's more of a black and white tone. Like they really sort of throw a lot of stuff at you in a lot of these Kickstarter campaigns. So, you know, buy what you like. But for me, this is one of my favorite covers of his. There's just something classic about it that I really like. It's sort of a retro throwback feel. But he's really, really, really hitting a stride right now. He did a Batgirl cover. He's done. He just did a Harley Quinn cover last week, I think, that really knocked it out of the park. Like his stuff is really starting to come alive and one to keep an eye on. He's definitely got a unique style. But a beautiful book.
Yeah, I really like when Zerdy does all the tattoo covers and stuff. Yeah. So, and I believe Zerdy did a couple different covers for Bird City. Like I want to say like a
Poison Ivy foil he did.
Yeah,
which was beautiful. Maybe another one as well. That Poison Ivy foil is really, really beautiful.
Karen, I was just thinking that too. That it really has that Fallout kind of vibe to it, like Nuka-Cola, like just like the retro style of art as well too.
Yeah, we've got one more of his books on here too. He has a lot of Kickstarter books. I was unfamiliar with this one. So this is called Battle Fairy and the Yeti #1. This was the Zerti variant for this title. There are a lot of different covers, and there are a few different Zerzi variants as well of this theme, this Tinkerbell theme. But I'm completely unaware of this book. I have no idea of what it was limited to, but as I was pulling this together, I came across it, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to throw it on there. But he's definitely an artist to keep an eye on. Now that he's broken mainstream, what happens is that people start chasing some of his harder to find stuff, and you can't get hands on a lot of this stuff. It is gone, like completely, like Kaiser Soze style, and but you know, it'll start to climb in prices. His fan base grows, and people will want his more obscure books. Tinkerbell grew up a lot.
Yeah. All right. Good
boy #1. This is the metal variant. Aaron, this is all you, man.
Yeah. So this was part of the Volume 2 Kickstarter also, and I felt it was like, we had friends of the show like Trish Forsner doing a homage for Garrett Gunn on this, and I actually have a copy sitting right next to me. So this is the metal.
That's the one I got burned on that they never sent me.
Oh, they never. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
but
that
yeah,
fucking sucks, dude.
but check out the back cover too on this as well. I guess I should probably put myself on the big screen real quick. But I'm not sure what the print run is on this or anything like that. But I thought it was cool that they did the Stray Dogs homage to it, and then they even involved Trish to do it. So
yeah, I mean,
that makes me mad.
I mean, this right here is just showing the
That
appeal of
makes me
metal.
mad.
I mean, just look at how the light bounces off it. Like I wanted like that book just looking at how like the light reflects off it. It's
I thought I was going to sell it whenever I got it, but then as soon as I got it in hand, I was like kind of like PC. So, but yeah,
the buy on this was not cheap. It was $100. It looked like
How long did we wait for that book, Aaron?
I know it came out after the title had already started, like
after they were already selling it at cons.
Yeah, but
yeah.
So which is kind of weird too, because like a lot of times when
they sold my book, bro.
Well, I mean, like the whole thing is too, right? Usually, like for Kickstarter books, they usually come in before, like the book actually starts becoming public through Diamond or whatever. So, yeah,
right. They're a really good one.
That hurts because I wanted that book.
Maybe it shows up one day, man. Maybe it just miraculously shows up one day.
But remember, participate in chat. I will be giving away a set of these. So this is one of the covers and the foil cover. So just type something in chat and we'll draw a name at the end of the show.
Oh man, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got next? All right, so I promised we'd have a J. Scott Campbell. So Grimm Fairy Tales number 75. This was a J. Scott Campbell, limited to 500. This was actually the cover A, so this is really just a version of the cover A. I'd argue the cover A might even be better than this one, but this one's harder to get hands on. Only 39 graded on the census, 29 and 9.8. And one for the J. Scott Campbell fans out there. Not his best work by any means, but a Kickstarter exclusive that I just wanted to throw on the list.
Did you send me that one, Yee? Is that the one you gave me, Aaron?
I don't think it.
I think you sent me that, bro.
Did I send you this for real?
Yes, dude. You're my new best friend, bro.
I would double check because I don't think it was this book, because I sent the Danger Girl trade, and then I sent you. It was a different title, but I know it was a black and white J. Scott Campbell cover. I swear
to God, it was this book, dude.
Yeah, maybe I don't remember having this, but if I did,
I think I owe you something, bro.
Hey, as Laura said, real quick, shout out to everybody in the chat. We got 48 people, which is freaking phenomenal. So thank you all so much for the support. And as Laura also says, please subscribe to the channel if you've not. And if you like what we do, share it with a friend. We like to talk about less common books on this show, maybe books you're not seeing every day, and that really gets us excited about the hobby. The obscurity, some of the rarity, just some stuff from maybe some big artists that maybe people don't know. And I would say real quick, the Kickstarter game by and large is an artist play, like not exclusively. Like The Good Boy is definitely more of a book play, but like a lot of what people get attracted to these Kickstarter books is they're really chasing art from artists they really like for really rare and somewhat obscure books. That seems to be one of the biggest draws to what's going on at Kickstarter. There are definitely new projects that come up, and I'm not undermining any of that stuff, but it seems like a lot of the bigger draw on demand are artists putting out harder to find, harder to get books that you can only find there.
All right. Let's see what we have next.
What do we have next? All right, so this is this is a Red Sonja book by Art Adams. We've been featuring Art Adams on this show quite a bit. He's really phenomenal. This actually wasn't a Kickstarter book. It was an Indiegogo exclusive, which is a crowdfunding website as well. But the same theme, same idea. This book is actually very, very difficult to get your hands on. It doesn't always sell for a crazy amount. but it's highly sought after. There's 3 different versions, maybe 4 different versions of this book. There's the trade dress, a black and white, a virgin, and maybe a foil, or maybe it was a metal. I don't remember exactly, but this cover's actually considered one of Art Adams' better or more represented covers. Not represented, but more respected covers. And there was just an homage of this, which I'm going to show on the next slide, done by Josh Burns, that just came out. And this is not a Kickstarter book, but I did want to reference it. This is a store exclusive. I don't have to talk about which store. If you wanted to find it, it wouldn't be too hard. But just referencing that, this stance from this pose from Red Sonja is well respected by other artists. And here we go. Just this one's like brand new, like just coming out. Really, really good stuff. The Art Adams I've been looking for a long time. I've missed out on a few different books. It doesn't come up a lot. People bought this book and sat on it. And I would imagine Indiegogo is probably, less subscribed to than Kickstarter books. So this thing is genuine go status.
Nice. So we had a question from the audience. H&H is asking, did anyone here participate in the Guma Kickstarter?
Oh, yeah.
So the Ji-Hung Lee one.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm waiting for my books right now. Although what was interesting about that is that in the book that seems to be the book to have is that he pre-sold, and he wouldn't, and I emailed him, he wouldn't tell me how many, but it wasn't a lot. He pre-sold issue number 1, like a test printing of it on his website, like sort of a pre-Kickstarter. Mm-hmm. So you could go on his website and buy issue number 1. And then in his highest end Kickstarter packages, you could get one of these early printing, one of these preprints, whatever you want to call them, for issue number 1. But they only made them available in like the $600 price package or whatever it was. But I went in there and bought a bunch of his books. And that seemed to be massively successful.
Right.
And the book that I thought was one of the best was the Ben Oliver cover. Looked really, really sharp when it was all said and done. What the art wasn't announced, I believe, when you had to commit to that book.
Well, and it was pretty crazy too, like all the different artists that he gathered to participate and do a cover for that as well.
Yeah, I mean, Sozamaika was on there. Peach Momoko. Yeah, there's some really good ones.
Yeah, so some really well respected artists like. Yeah.
Oof. And so we're just talking about Josh Burns. Josh Burns is another one of those artists who's up and coming. Not up and coming, but I mean, he's legit, but he's still largely independent. Shout out to Bird City. They actually did a Poison Ivy cover with him. So Bird City is cutting edge for great artists. And I believe Laura said that was their first DC cover he ever did, was with them. I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I'm pretty sure that's what Laura said. So this is Painkiller Jane. They advertised, and this was a very weird one. So they advertised this image, or the trade dress version of this for the Kickstarter campaign. But when you bought it, if you went to other options, they weren't advertising the Virgin, but if you went to other options, there was an option to click on the Virgin of this if you had bought the original. And they weren't really actively promoting it or marketing it. But I decided to buy it because I like Josh Burns. And the interesting thing is, and I'll show it to you, I've got it back here. Your final art doesn't really look exactly like that. It was tweaked quite a bit. So this was the cover A. This was the one that they were marketing for everybody to buy. But the version cover, it was this one. So they changed the background. They mixed it up a little bit.
Oh yeah, it looks better that way.
Much, don't you think? I mean,
yeah.
That looked way better. And
the glasses make it pop, man. So cool.
Yeah, pretty badass. But like when you get involved in some of this Kickstarter stuff, you're going into some of these books because the art isn't done blind a little bit. So it's rolling the dice a little bit. But
I got a pair of shades like that, except they're yellow, and they said that they can help you with traffic lights at nighttime. I swear to God, I almost got in a car accident, dude. I was driving to CVS, dude, like you cannot see in those glasses. Don't buy them. Just saying.
Your blue blockers, is that what they're called?
Yeah, no, they weren't blue blockers. They're like yellow, and I should have known because I only paid $4 for them. So, but like it was one of those as seen on TV. Like they do not fucking work, bro. Almost killed myself, dude.
A $4 as seen on TV.
Yeah, it seemed legit.
Why not? That makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, but Josh Burns, big fan of Josh Burns. And I think that might be it. I don't know if you had anything else on the list tonight. I think that was the final book.
That was a badass list, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, a lot of those books, like you can go look for them, but many of them are just not available. Keep your eyes open for them, I guess, if that's something you like. But once again, this is not a list for you to go and chase these books. We're just trying to raise awareness for maybe books that people aren't talking about every day, and not trying to sort of retread all the same stuff everybody else is talking about. So anyways, Aaron, are we going to do a giveaway before we sign off tonight?
Yeah, we're going to do a giveaway before we sign off. And then I was thinking about it. So if you're catching this on the rewind, leave a comment afterwards, and I will give away a set of the same books that we're giving away tonight on the live chat. So
right,
yeah. So as a reminder, make sure you're subscribing to Cover Price. Use the code Nerdvana14 for 30-day unlimited membership for only 99 cents. And then use the code Nerdvana over at birdcitycomics.com. And don't forget to sign up for that text line so you don't miss the Dark Ride #1. And let me share out my screen real quick so we can see who the winner is. And for whoever's in the live chat, all you have to do is participate in the live chat. Just say something. Anything. I'll give it, I don't know, 10 seconds. I'm trying to delay it out a little bit longer too, so you have a chance to catch up on because I know there's a slight delay. So I don't know.
Joe's going to sing, and when Joe's done singing, then we're going to go.
Yeah. So again. All right. We got 30 entries. I think that's a good number. 3, 2, 1. Let's draw a winner. I was gonna laugh if it was
Yeah.
Boy, if I would have won.
But yeah,
I forgot that I even commented.
Yeah, so all you have to do, just hit me up on Instagram, Yeezy Yee. And
That's a cool logo, man.
Yeah,
That's badass.
Yeah.
Will's Eyes Comics Books. Congrats. So just let me know that this is your username on YouTube so it doesn't get lost. I want to thank everyone again. This is always a fun show to jump into. Hope y'all all enjoy watching. And yeah. Before we go, does anyone else have anything to promote before we sign off for the night?
I did want to say that the more I watch this show, the more educational I find for it to be. So a great show, because I've really been trying to promote people and investing in new artists and try to catch them before they blow up. And I think this is a great show to watch for that, to get all the information you need. Also, like, even if you just think about the coverage on Jeff DeCall, you can kind of see, where Jeff DeCall was at doing books for Creature Entertainment and nobody knew about him to where he's at today. And I still feel like Jeff DeCall has a lot of room to grow. So very educational shows. I like educational YouTube shows. It's not, oh, here goes the hot comic book of the week, but it's going to add more value as far as staying power and making people a better collector long term. So big kudos on that. But if y'all want to, y'all can find me on Ninth Wonder Comics, me and Aaron over here. Y'all can find us on Ninth Wonder Comics on YouTube.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Ninth Man. That was a very nice shout out. Much appreciated. And that's what we're trying to do, man. Just kind of raise awareness on books that people aren't talking about. That is the entire point of the show, and it's awesome to have you on, man. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, brother.
Cool. Joe, any any whatnots coming up or anything like that?
I was going to do one today, and I just like I wasn't feeling it. I may go on tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow, so it may catch me in the afternoon before all the crazy people get on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But just finished pressing X-Men 1, a couple of Hulk 181s, a couple of Hulk 180s. So like I couldn't get them out of my house fast enough, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Some major keys in your hands.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, make sure you're just following us on all kinds of different social medias and whatnot and everything, and you won't miss out on that. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to this channel, and then just comment and if you're catching this on the rewind, what Kickstarter books you have found, that you enjoy having in your collection. And
let us know, man. Let us know what you like. This was not inclusive at all. There's so many. We couldn't even scratch the surface. So
and so I will generate a wheel at the beginning of the show, and we will find out who that winner is, and you will also get a set of these Good Boy books. So thank you all. Have a good night, and we'll catch you next time.
Nearing Nirvana. Yeah.